Take a good look. Our future is staring us right in the face. Because what happens to these children and all young children in our community will impact every aspect of life in the Monadnock region for decades to come. Start small, think big is the Early Childhood Development Initiative of Impact Monadnock. And it's based on powerful research showing that the health and prosperity of any community is strongly tied to the welfare of its youngest residents. Our community's future literally begins right here. And that is why Impact Monadnock is focusing all its energy and resources on helping these children and their families succeed.
From birth to 3 in particular, it is a critical time for brain development. For those who receive those optimal conditions for brain development, then they're able to go forward and succeed in school and life. Impact Monadnock is working to ensure that every child gets what he or she needs in those early years.
Children are born and their brains are just ready to learn. Their experiences are what shape how they develop. We're kind of building the basement here so that their life can be built on something that's really solid and takes them into the future in a positive and healthy way. I think families have lots of stressors. You know, sometimes we don't realize that that exists, but there are also families that are really struggling.
Now that I'm closing out my career, getting there, 30 years into it, having arrested third generations within a family, well, if that doesn't open your eyes. So if 30 years ago, that person that I now arrest today had been dealt with differently as a child, I would bet anything that I would not be arresting him today. He wouldn't be a part of the system.
I think the biggest problem in the state, I used to say it was the economy, but I think that it's the opioid problem right now. I fear that we could lose much of a generation if we don't help people.
We have done an excellent job over the years of investing our time and our treasure working on things that are really products, for the most part, of not having invested in early childhood. And we pay that price, and those children pay that price forever. The smarter way is to focus on the root cause of the problems that are otherwise eluding us in terms of solutions. And the root cause is early childhood.
I think looking at the whole family is a good place to start. You know, the environment that these kids live in, the schools that they're in, the daycares that they're in.
Much of it has to do with helping the parents. I think that if we can help parents out, that's when children will find the greatest benefit.
We employ families here, really. There's people that work for us, but there are families that are connected to that person. There's certainly opportunities there to recognize that that family needs help, and you can just be part of the solution as opposed to part of the problem.
Whether you have kids or not, these children that are being born now are going to impact your future. So we need to start empowering them now at 0.
Any person in the community can make a huge difference in the life of a child simply by treating them as conscious beings here to learn and absorb all of the best parts of what you have to offer.
So if I'm investing in 0 to 5, my return on that isn't for quite a long time. Everybody's got to buy in, and everybody has got to be patient.
The community that I represent and I live in is unique because people do come together and they do work together. So if it is possible, it can happen here.
The people who will make the difference will be the people who live here. Our neighbors, our friends, and our colleagues.
Relationships that children have with supportive caregivers and family members and others is critical to development. Ensuring that children have as many of those relationships in their lives as possible is one strategy to ensure that those strong foundations for development are laid.
It's time to think big. To learn more about how you can make a positive impact for families, children, and our community, visit the What You Can Do section of impactmonadnock.org.